Hello and welcome to Saturday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where I've been instructed to start this video with a plea, and that is that if you are new to variant Sudoku, you must try the puzzle today. It's called A Christmas Cracker and it's by Clover. Now, Clover is one of my very, very favourite constructors. She is so gifted at coming up with puzzles that are just joyful to solve, and I looked up the statistics for Clover today in terms of Cracking the Cryptic appearances, and this is, I think, the 195th time that a Clover puzzle has been solved on the channel, which is, it's very nearly a record. Clover's only being pipped by Philip Newman. I think Philip's 198 times. Now, Clover and Philip, obviously, they do the gas puzzles every day over on the Discord server. And Mark solves the gas puzzles a couple of times a week. So that's how these incredible numbers are being achieved. But I will say this, if you did a Clover puzzle every day of your life, it would lead to basically a happy existence. They are magnificent. This is a normal killer Sudoku today. And the reason we've been asked to have a look at this is that basically we've been inundated with requests and demands that we showcase this puzzle. Now, this puzzle is not available to the general public. It's one of Clover's Patreon rewards. So Clover has a Patreon page. I'm going to put a link to that under this video. So if you're one of the people out there who likes to support creators, do support Clover. She releases puzzles every month, and this is the final puzzle in the December release. There is a spider on my microphone. Go away, spider. That's going to distract me. Hang on, I don't like killing spiders. Let me just try and make it go away. I think I've made it go away. Anyway, where was I before the spider so rudely interrupted me? Yes, check out Clover's Patreon page, and this is the final puzzle, and I think I've realised why it's called Christmas Cracker as well. Let me show you. It looks to me very much like, I can't do very much adornment here, but that's sort of it's either a cracker shape or two lips or something. It's one of those two things. And I'll read the rules in just a moment to do, but it's incredibly approachable, today's puzzle, apparently, and rather wonderful. Now, what else do I need to tell you about? I've got a few birthdays to do. So, Andreas, you turned 17, I think, yesterday. I keep thinking I see the spider. You're over in Norway. And Andreas, you did complain that I didn't read out your birthday yesterday, but I will, in my defence, say that you only emailed me to let me know it was your birthday at 12 minutes past 7 yesterday evening, by which time I had already recorded yesterday's video. So I hope you'll forgive me, and I hope you had a good day yesterday with, of course, lots of cake. Joe, you've turned 24, and I know this because your partner Daria wrote to us and said that you'd appreciate. Oh, I think it's your birthday tomorrow, actually, Joe. So I hope that you're seeing this at the appropriate time. You might be in Australia, I guess, I'm not sure. But you don't miss a video, and that I applaud you for mightily. Bertram, you've turned 30, and I know this because you are in Australia, and your wife Lee wrote to us, so I hope you have a great day. And it might be Sarah, from her bear in Tunisia. It's your first anniversary next week, so it might not be your birthday, maybe it's your anniversary, I'm not sure, but whether it's your birthday or your anniversary, I hope you have a good one. And then Valerio, from your sweet girlfriend Eleonora, and I hope that you also have an absolutely splendid day. And then the only other thing to mention is our own Patreon, where we have this incredible Sudoku hunt going on at the moment, the Cryptic Scriptures of the Secret Snake Society. I've got some more names of successful solvers of the entire thing, which is an amazing accomplishment. You've still got 10 more days to enter the competition, but well done to John Bruns, Lexi McNally, Anna Killian, Nicholas Sadel, Dennis Ocken, Jonathan Rolstad, or Rolstad perhaps, Paul Recamier, Brett Gator, John Reed, Carolyn Offert and Ned Bartlett. You all sent in the correct entries. And if some of you have been asking how I'm getting on with the Fistamafel testing, this is the Fistamafel Sudoku hunt. that I'm hoping we'll be able to release for you in time for Christmas. I am on the final puzzle. It has been an absolute delight and mission to get this far, let me tell you. The puzzles are just wonderful, and this last puzzle is the one that Fistemafeld described himself as being the most proud of any he's ever created. So this is going to be something mighty. I've not tried it. I have read the rules, and the rules were mad. So anyway, that is going to be my next task this afternoon, assuming I can solve A Christmas Cracker by Clover. These are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply. In cages, digits must sum to the small clue in the top left corner of the cage. Digits cannot repeat within a cage. So this is very short and sweet. Those 3 digits have to sum to 14, and we can't repeat a digit. So what we can't do is something like 6 and 2, because although these 3 digits do add up to 14, I've repeated the 6 in the cage, and that's not allowed under Killer Sudoku rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video. That will take you to a page that looks identical to the one I'm faced with here, and you can play the puzzle on whichever device takes your fancy. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. And what can I see here? I can actually see quite a lot of things, which is very rare. I can actually see a lot of things. It's a question really of where we start. Let's start with some simple observations, perhaps this box here. Now, there are a few ways we could do this. Maybe we should talk about the secret, actually. Yeah, I'll start with the secret. I don't think we need to start with the secret, but I will start with the secret. Now, the secret of Sudoku is something I only tell my very favourite people. But if you're doing this Clover puzzle with me, you're definitely in that coterie. Now, the secret is that a complete box of a Sudoku, or indeed a complete column or a complete row, contains digits that sum to 45, and that's because it will contain the digits 1 to 9 once each. The triangular number for 9 is 45, i.e. what's 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9. So we know that this box sums to 45. We know this box sums to 45. But we know, look, that those 6 cells there sum to 39. Therefore, these 3 digits have to add up to 6, and they all have to be different numbers. So they must be 1, 2, and 3. Now, there are other ways we could have seen that. We could have thought about how we make 13 in a domino, and you can immediately see that we can't put 1, 2, or 3 in any of these cells because the other digit will be too high to be a Sudoku digit. But anyway, that's one way of seeing it, is mathematically. Now, there's a similar thing going on in this box as well, but it's subtly different, and it's more to do with the digits that are involved in Sudoku. So we can actually write this triple in as well, and that's because it's not difficult to see I can't put 1 and 2 in a 2-cell 12 cage because the other digit would have to be 10 or 11. But can you see another digit I can't put in those 6 cells? Well, that digit is the digit 6, because if I put a 6 in a 12 cage, I'm going to have to put another 6 in, thereby breaking the rules of Sudoku. So those digits have to be 1, 2, and 6. And mathematically, obviously, 1, 2, and 6 add up to 9. And we could see that we were expecting 9 as the total for these 3 digits, because we know the box adds to 45. 3 times 12 is 36. So those have to add up to 9 to make the sort of maths of the box work. Now, can we do... Right, we can do something very similar with this box, where we've got... well, again, what's the digit you can't put in an 8 cage that's not 8 or 9? Obviously, we can't put 8 or 9 in an 8 cage, but there's one more digit we can't put in, and that's the digit 4, because then we're going to have to put another 4 in. So that means that these 3 cells have got to be 4, 8, and 9, and I'm guessing we'll get the same thing here. Yes, well, again... Where does 7, 8, and 9 go in this box? And they're going to go there. So we've got the... This could be Fistemafeld, couldn't it? Because we've got the makings of the ring here. I don't know. There must be a 1 in a 3-cell 8 cage. It's either going to be 1, 2, 5 or 1, 3, 4. And we've got the sort of the ends of our Christmas cracker to think about as well. Yeah, okay, right. Oh, okay, there's a couple of things I've noticed here. So let's have a look at this Christmas cracker end here. So, you can see, well, there's a couple of things I'm seeing here. The first is that this is an 8-cell cage. And therefore, because every digit in a cage must be different, this is 8 different digits that sum to 44. Well, imagine we had a 9-cell cage. We know a 9-cell cage would contain 9 different digits, and from the secret we know that 9 different digits of Sudoku add to 45. So this cage must be missing a 1. But look, the thing I've just noticed is, look, if we look there, we know that the digits 4, 7, 8 and 9, which must appear in this cage, go in those 4 cells only. So these digits are a quadruple on the digits 4, 7, 8 and 9. We can't put any other digits in here. So these digits must be 2, 3, 5 and 6. They must be the other digits that are not 1 that are Sudoku digits. Now, here's something interesting as well. If we think about this quadruple as a collection, we know that the 4 in this collection of digits must be in this domino. So that means this cell can't be a 4, and the 7 must be in this domino, so that cell can't be a 7. So we've now locked 8 and 9 into these 2 digits, and those have to be different, because one of these digits is an 8 or a 9, and whatever it is, let's imagine there was an 8 up here, well then these cells couldn't contain an 8, because this is all part of the same cage, so these would contain a 9 and make this an 8. So those are different, and that's probably worth recording. These are different flavours of 8 and 9. Right, and the symmetry makes me wonder about whether we've got something similar going on with the 36 cage. Yes, okay. Right, so we can do exactly the same on this cracker end. We can work out first what digit's missing from the cracker. And the answer is, what's 45 minus 36? That's a 9, so there is no 9 in this cage. Now these 4 cells are a 1, 2, 3, 6 quadruple, so that can't be a 3 now, because there must be a 3 in this domino. There must be a 6 in this domino, so that can't be a 6. And these squares have to be the other digits that are not 1, 2, 3 and 6 and are not 9, so they're 4, 5, 7 and 8. And these 2 digits are also different, aren't they? So that will make that blue and we'll make that green. Right. And then what do we know? So we know that... Well, we know the sum of those 2 digits now, which is quite interesting. So yeah, because we know that yellow and orange are different, I know that yellow plus orange adds up to 17. I know that blue plus green adds up to 3, because these digits must be different by exactly the same logic. So therefore those 4 digits add up to 20, but these 2 cages add up to 28, so these cells add up to 8. Right, they add up to 8, but they have to be a 3-5 pair. That's really clever. That's really cool, because why do they have to be a 3-5 pair if they add up to 8? Well, what else could they be? The minimum these 2 numbers could add up to is an 8 plus a 1. That's 9. So the maximum that this cell can be is a 5, and the same will be true here. So these cells cannot be greater than 5, so what we can't do is make up this total, which is adding up to 8, with 1 and 7, or 2 and 6. So the only way of doing it is double 4, which doesn't work, or 3 and 5. So there must be a 3-5 pair. Oh, I see what this is doing. This is gorgeous. Right, okay. So now, let's turn attention to box 2. Where one of these dominoes has to be a 3-5 pair to add up to 8. There are only 3 ways of making 8 in dominoes: 1, 7, 2, 6 and 3, 5. Well, that can't be 3, 5 because that's going to give this cell a problem. That can't be 3, 5 because that's going to give this cell a problem. So that is 3, 5. Which means these cells are 1, 2, 6 and 7. This is nice as well. This is classic Clover. It's just classic Clover. Right. Let's now turn our attention to the 13 cages down here because something's going on. This domino is either 1, 7 or 2, 6. Now, whichever it is, how could this be a 6, 7 pair? Well, it couldn't be. Again, the ways we can make a domino add up to 13 are 6, 7, 5, 8 and 4, 9. Well, if that's 6, 7, there's no way to fill this 8 cage. If this is 6, 7, there's no way to fill this 8 cage. So that's 6, 7 as the only way of having the 6 and the 7 placed. Right, so now have we got further, or are we still perplexed? We've got, so these are 4, 9 and 5, 8, but we don't, do we know the order? That's the question. Oh, 3, look, there's a 3 looking down here, and I've got a 3 pencil mark, so I should have seen this. I can get the 3. Let's get rid of that. The 3 must be here. Oh, golly. Okay, so this 3, 5 is doing work because that's giving me a 5 here and a 3 here. Now, if this is 3, those two cells have to add up to 11. And the only way we can do that is if that's 9 and that's 2, which means that's 1 and that's 8. Oh, this is gorgeous. Right, so now I've got a 5, 8 pair looking down here. So this becomes 4, 9, which means this becomes 5, 8, which means that's not 8. Do I get the order of my 1s, 2s, 6s and 7s? Oh, this would be... Yes, I do. The 2. Oh, the 2's doing work. Yeah, the 2 is giving me no 2, 6 up here. So this now becomes 2, 6. This becomes 1, 7. Those two digits are a 1, 7 pair by SUDOKU. These digits don't include a 1 anymore. So this is a 2, 6 pair. Now, what's going on now? What's going on now? Can we... Oh, that's sick. It's just so clever. Right, so what we've done here... Let's just think about what the logic that Clover has baked into this puzzle. It's really lovely. So firstly, it's around these cages and noting that this has, these have to be 3 and 5, which is lovely, which got us this, which disambiguated the 3 and 5. I'm just trying to see the setting process. Because it is mysterious and magical how she does this every time. Then, so that got us the 6, 7 down here, didn't it? But this being 8, 5 disambiguated the orders here. And what I've just noticed is that this 3, 9 here is telling us which of these 12 cages is 3, 9. Because we can't make either of these 3, 9 now, because obviously this bottom digit is going to be impossible. So that's 3, 9, which means that's not 9, which means 9 is definitely in one of those two cells by SUDOKU. 3 is definitely in one of those two cells by SUDOKU, which means 4 is in one of those two cells by mathematics, because one of these is a 3, 4 pair, therefore. Which, no, I don't think that quite, does that do anything magnificent? It might do, but I can't see how. Okay. Okie dokie. Right, now I'm stuck again. I'm stuck. Can we... deduce anything about... I don't know. So one of these cages here. So we're going to have a 2.5 and a 1.6 cage. Now, is there a reason we can't have either 2.5 or 1.6 here? I don't think so. So this might not be the correct line of thinking. It could be the 8 cage in the corner somehow. Is there something we can say about that? Yes. Okay, I've just noticed something. Where does 1 go in this row? That's probably been available for ages, actually. I think that has been available for ages. I just didn't see it. I wasn't focusing on it. But 1, you can see it can only go there in row 3. So this is now not 1.6. So the 1 is definitely in one of these cells. It's not here. So either this is a 1 with a 6 here, or this is a 1 with a 6 here. Either of those things would be really useful. Don't know if I can do that though. There's got to be a 1 down there by Sudoku. That digit is a little bit restricted by Sudoku because let me just tidy up some pencil marks. This digit, you can see it can't be 1, 2, 3, and it can't be 7, 8, or 9. So that has to be 4, 5, or 6. Oh, I wonder if we can do the same thing there. Hang on, that's not 8, is it? So this is a 4, 9 pair. So this square can be 3. It can't be 4. Can it be 5? Maybe. Can it be 6? No. Can it be 7? Again, maybe. It can't be 8 and it can't be 9. Right, okay, so 3, 5 or 7 for this cell. That doesn't tell us the nature of this 8 cage. So there's still thinking to be done. There is still thinking to be done. How do we do this then? I'm not sure. What could it be? I'm looking around trying to spot where the obvious next step is. Is this a... No? No, I thought that was a quadruple, but it's not. This could be a 6, so that is not a 4, 5, 7, 8 quadruple because this can be a 6. Do we know the order of this stuff here? One of these is 5, 7. Oh, okay, look, one of them's 5, 7, one of them's 4, 8. So that is a quadruple for sure. That is a 4, 5, 7, 8 quadruple. So 1, 2, 3, 6 and 9. No. I can't see how to do that. That domino goes there. 5, 7. Ah, that's it. Wow. Good grief. That is it. Right, this is beautiful. Good grief. Now, let me show you what we have to do here. We've got to... Let's highlight those in grey. Now, whatever domino this is that adds up to 12, this is also going to be that domino. If this was 4, 8, obviously this little congregation here would put the 4, 8 over this side. So grey, don't forget there's a domino that sums to 12. It's either 4, 8 or 5, 7. Has to go in 2 of those 3 cells. Now, we obviously can't put 2 cells that sum to 12 in an 8 cage. So this digit here has to be one of the grey digits. But look, 4, 8 just simply cannot go in that cell because there's a 4, 8, 9 triple looking at it. So this thing must be 5, 7. So all of those cells are 5, 7. All of these cells become 4, 8, which now by Sudoku means that is a 4, 8 pair. Now this 5, 7 means this cell's a 3. Now we know that, well, we could have done this a different way. We now know that because we can't put 7 in a 3-cell 8 cage, this has got to be 7. There had to be a 5 in the 8 cage, which must make this 1, 2, 5. And we could have seen that as well from the fact that we've just got this 3 here locking out this cage from being 1, 3, 4. And indeed the 4, 8 pair does the same job, doesn't it? So now those 2 squares have got to be a 6, 9 pair by Sudoku, and we know the order. So that's 9. This is 6. That's 9. This is 3. Oh, we could get a 3 in the corner down here. That's not 5, look, because of this 5, 7. So that cell at the bottom is a 1 or a 2. 9 has to go exactly there. That's going to do some work. So that's got to be 9. That's got to be 4 by Sudoku. There's a 9 over here. If this is 3, 6, those 2 cells are not 3, 6 anymore. So that's done. So now we've got a 3, 6 pair looking at my 3, 5 pair, which means all of this gets disambiguated. That cell's no longer able to be a 2 or a 5. In fact, so that's a 1. So that's a 2. That's a 5. Which means this is a 1. This is a 7. This cell here is a 4 or an 8. This domino can't be a 2, 5 pair now, because that's going to make that cell impossible. So that one is either 1, 3 or 4, 6. Sorry, 3, 4 or 1, 6. So it's got to be, we can actually replace these corner marks with firm pencil marks. And we could, can we get this ordering done? There's probably a way to do it. I'm just not seeing it. What about these cells? Let's have a look down. Column 4. We need 4, 6 and 9. Well, that's therefore that's a 4 or a 6, which forms a pair. So 2, 7 and 8 have to find homes. Well, no, okay, I still don't know. So this, well, that's, yes, okay. So in this row, I've only got 2, 7 and 8 left to place, and I can't put 7 or 8 in this 7 cage. So that must be 2 with 5, which means this is 3, 4, this is 1, 6, this is 6, 2, this is 1, 7, this is 7, 5. This has got to be a 4 or an 8, which doesn't seem to be resolved, but no, maybe it is. That's a 6. This is 7 or 8 by Sudoku, and it's not 7, so that becomes 8, that becomes 7, that becomes 8, that becomes 4, that becomes 4, that becomes 8. This has got to be a 2, 9 pair, which is resolved. We get 2 in the middle of the grid. Do I know that one now? No. Okie dokie. But I feel like we're on the road to the solution. That's a 1 by Sudoku. These squares over in the corner are 2, 3 and 6. So that's a 6 in fact. And there's a 2, 3 pair down here. And we know where we want the 3 to go. And that cell's no longer able to be a 6. Now, so where's the next easy win that we can do? Get the 3 and the 6 up here. So 6. There's a 1, 6 pair by Sudoku at the bottom of column 3. Let's see what that does, if anything. Yeah, okay, sorry, it's resolved as well. 1, 6, 6, 7. It doesn't get me the 5, 7. So 2, 3s, 5s and 8s over here. So this square in the corner is a 3 or an 8. Another opportunity for a 3 in the corner. This cell is a naked single. It can't be 2 or 5, so it must be 4. And that's actually doing work. Look, 4 and 8 go into the grid. I get an 8 here. So these two cells are now a 7, 9 pair. That 4 is doing some more work. It's getting me a 5 here, which does get me some more stuff over on that side. And in this row, we've not placed 4, 8 or 9. So can we do that? I'm not sure. 4, 8, 9. That's obviously not 8. This cell's not 4. This 5 is doing work, so that becomes 5. That becomes... This is all getting done, isn't it? It's all falling. It's all falling. Here we go. What do we need in this column? 2 and 8. Yep, we can do that. We get a 3 in the corner. In fact, yeah, so that's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. I've not been playing that recently. It's been practicing a version of Golden Brown. What a beautiful puzzle that is. That's just absolutely gorgeous. It really is absolutely gorgeous. I really hope, if you're new to Sudoku variants, let us know if you tried this puzzle and how you got on with it, because it's so beautiful, the way that these cages interact across the grid. And she does this. Clover does this every single puzzle. It is magical. It is a gift. I wonder, we have had a Clover tutorial video on the channel before where she talked about how she sets puzzles. An awful lot of interesting stuff in that. I'd love to know how she comes up with this sort of thing, because I can sort of see how... I think she started with the cracker. And gone from there. But to do it with that sort of aplomb, it's really, really clever to me that you can set something that's that gorgeous. Look, I look at the gorgeous cracker I've built as well now. So that's my own contribution to the beauty of Clover's puzzle. But yeah, anyway, I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and I really hope that you had fun with that one, because it was rather wonderful. Get rid of that now, because that's spoiling the beauty. Thanks for watching. I've just realised why this doesn't look symmetrical. Gosh, that would have triggered many people's OCD. It was triggering mine. And yeah, now it looks better. Thanks for watching. We'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.